So what are we making today?
Today we're gonna make mandel bread.
Oh.
It's a cookie from my childhood. It's basically a Jewish biscotti.
Okay. All right, so I have to admit, I don't even remember the last time I baked something, so this is a perfect kid, Jada-friendly baking activity, right?
Absolutely.
Good thing Duff Goldman's latest recipe book is intended for beginner bakers.
What was the inspiration behind super good cookies for kids?
One thing about cookie recipes, they're relatively simple, right? Flour, butter, sugar, eggs, maybe some cinnamon stuff in there. So, I mean, some of them are a lot more complex than that, but generally speaking, cookie recipes kind of work well for kids. Also, cookies don't bake that long. They're only in the oven for like 11 minutes. It's kind of instant gratification. So what we're gonna start out with is, I'm using shortening because like original mandel bread recipes had to be made kosher.
And obviously kids are beginner bakers, so what would you say is maybe the first recipe they should try in the cookbook?
Oh man, I mean kids love peanut butter, right? I think the peanut butter cookies are really good. So this is potato starch. Now potato starch is gonna do a couple of things. Because you're adding starch, but not adding more protein, the flour has protein, because you're adding just the starch, the cookie's gonna be a lot crumblier and a little more crispy. A little more cinnamon.
So this is a great way for parents to kind of bond with their kids, aunt, uncle, grandparents, with any young kid, right? To be able to do that together.
Add a little vanilla. You know, I dedicated the book to my daughter because her and I are gonna be baking a lot of cookies together when she's able to make cookies. And she sees me cooking and baking all the time. She's very interested. She already has like a little toy mixer.
It's a unicorn cookie. There you go.
Do you think she'll be a baker in the future? Do you think you'll pass down that gene?
I think so, yeah. I mean, my great-grandmother was a baker, my grandmother was a cook, my mom's a cook, she's an incredible cook. You know, and it's in our family. You know, I don't think she has a choice. Mush it together and just gently kind of roll it. Pick it up, put it on your...
This is a fun part with kids, like Play-Doh.
Yeah, the kids love this part, so you want to make it nice and even.
Originally from the East Coast, it was work that brought Duff to Los Angeles.
So I grew up in Massachusetts. My bakery's in Baltimore, but now I live here in Southern California. It's great out here, you know? I mean, everything grows. Everything grows in California, right? Like you go to other parts of the world, like, okay, you can get really good corn, right? But not avocados. Or like somewhere else, you can get really good avocados, but probably not very good strawberries. You know, and like the thing about Southern California is everything is always in season. It's really nice. As a chef, I love that.
I was gonna say chef's paradise.
Totally, totally.
And he's found his own little slice of paradise in Topanga Canyon.
Yeah, we're pretty outdoorsy, you know, like we live in the woods. I mean, we're constantly, like I think we're outside more than we're inside. You know, my daughter loves being outside. There's miles and miles and miles of trails around here, and the beach is literally right down the street. Beautiful part of the world.
The Food Network star also planted roots in Irvine with a do-it-yourself cake decorating studio called Duff's Cake Mix.
What made you want to open those, and what can people experience when they go?
Seeing kids have a good time, seeing kids sort of leave with that kind of sense of accomplishment. Like, I came in, I had no idea how to bake a cake. I walk out and I'm holding this thing. I am the greatest pastry chef alive. You know, like when you can see it, it makes you feel so good. So we wanted to create more of that.
And adults can do this too, correct? We can have our own fun, get our hands dirty.
Yeah, totally, man. All right, so now I'm gonna take some cinnamon sugar.
Yes, you were saying this is your favorite part.
This is so much fun. Want to bake it?
Yes, let's do it. What do you want people to take away from your cookbook?
One of the things that I want people to take away is there is something wonderful in shared experience, right? Whether it's baking cookies together or taking a trip together, really just doing things together, putting down phones, putting down the iPad, turning off the TV, and just creating something. Digital stuff is just crazy. I feel like there's nothing more analog than creating food.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Real good.